Hello games people, time to have another look at Fifo Avco or inventory valuation, looking at the issues and the balances, using a slightly more realistic worldly example. So most AAT examples, multiple deliveries or receipts, so usually 3, and then we issue to production. And whilst I have known this happen, I have had to sort of get steel from different stockholders before we issue it to production. None of them had enough steel in stock. Get a bit from one, bit from another. In the real world, much more like to have one big delivery, a crate full of pallet load, huge box, whatever it comes in, added to existing stock, and then lots of issues. And this math will explain a few of the differences between the three methods. So we're going to use 300 meters of wire. So what's actually going to happen is a person on the shop floor or somebody comes up to stores and says, can I have 10 meters, 50 meters of wire? And the person in the stores cuts it off one of the rolls and issues it to shop floor. So items like this are easy to identify. So this is why we would use FIFO or LIFO usually for things like rolls of wire. We know which roll it's been cut off. Food or chemical industry, stocks mixed in large containers, silos of barley, wheat, chocolate powder, flour, or other chemicals for talcum powder or something, and that's when we tend to use Avco. I've used the same numbers to illustrate Avco, and actually you'll see it's an awful lot easier, and it explains the reasoning behind Avco. It makes a lot more sense. So on with the calculations. So we've got our receipts. We've had our half a roll and we had another roll delivered, different prices. It's gone up a little bit. What I haven't done is work out the current balance. Now this column H will not be in an AET example. They don't tend to put it in. It's what you'd write down on a bit of paper or keep the numbers in your calculators. And we're going to divide I6 by G6. In other words, we're just going to work out the fact that on average it's £5.30 the balance. Well, we're not really interested in that because we've got two batches and we're using FIFO. FIFO then, first in first out, means we're going to issue from our batch at £5.10 from there. And in fact we're going to continue issuing the older batch all the way down to here, because at that point we've used that roll up, because we can tell that we've got 300 meters left. It must be the new roll, at which point our issues have to come from the new roll all the way down to there, and then we can just carry on the formulas just to see the pattern as it happens. I'll just go all the way down, although we haven't put this in, so that's not the correct figure yet. So what we've got here, we've got a mixture of the two batches, the £5.10 and the £5.40. At this point we've only got the £5.40, the newer stuff in stock, and then we've got some new stock, so the £5.24 part is somewhere between £5.40 and £5.20. So just to finish this one off, we issue the oldest stock, so that issue will still be at £5.40. until we've used the last 65 meters of this roll here. So LIFO will look a little bit different. We've already done that calculation. So we're going to issue the newest possible. So this time we're going to start issuing the 6. Now, not necessarily in practice, this is for counting purposes. And we're going to issue the £5.40 until it's run out. So this is all the way down here, a little bit further. It was 300 meters, not 150 meters. At that point, we've only got 150 meters left. It must only be the original half roll left in. So we now issue at £5.10. Because that's the only roll possible. It's still the new, it might be the older roll, but it's the newest roll possible. So this calculations, we'll just do the same. We'll just continue it. We'll see the pattern. What's left is a mixture of the two batches. At this point, it's only the old batch, the £5.10 that's left. And then we've got our new delivery, somewhere in between £5.10 and £5.20. So we issue the newest possible. Yes, we've got some of that left, but we're going to use that one. issue at the newest possible. At a new delivery, we'll issue at that price. Avco then. So we've now got a bit more colour in the blue for the £5.30. So the £5.30 is the average cost. We've seen how it was calculated before, and issues and balances are going to be at that price until we get our new delivery. So here we're going to go but not just that issue, all our issues will be at that price, and also all our balances will be at that price. And that won't change until we've got our new receipt, at which point we need a new Avco, and that works out at £5.22. And then following the rules, all issues and balances will be at £5.22 until we get another delivery. And that's Avco. And you can actually see the pattern why we use Avco a lot. We've got a single value, almost a standard cost, until further notice. It's on the system. It's easy for costing department to look up. We know what the value is, and it'll only change when we get a new delivery.